and we are here at the University of Pennsylvania in the Palestra, one of the most iconic and well-known, at least college basketball, but for my money I'd say overall basketball stadiums in the country. I am here with Penn, I suppose shooting guard. I don't know if you want to classify yourself, but elite shooter, either way. Ethan Roberts. Ethan, how are you doing today?
Great. Appreciate you guys having me.
I appreciate you coming on. So, as I said, we're in the Palestra. What does it mean, like, for the Palestra to be now your home stadium when you're playing home games?
A little bit hard to put into words as it hasn't happened yet, but it's just a surreal stadium being here, just practicing here. Definitely something I don't take for granted, especially with all the history and all the wins that have happened here. You know, you can see the banners behind us of championships, Ivy League championships, Final Fours. So yeah, something I definitely don't take for granted, and it's just something I'm blessed with.
So we're going to get into your whole background, but obviously you're not from the Philadelphia or Pennsylvania area. How much did you know about like the Big Five, or now as a point at the City Six, before you came to UPenn? Like, did you know about it, or did you not know how serious it was? Or
I knew Philly basketball was something people pride themselves about here in the city, but I did not know what the Big Five was, unfortunately. Okay. It's hard to say now just how big of a thing it is, but yeah, I can't lie, I didn't know.
Okay, well, I went to Temple, so obviously we have a little rivalry going from that aspect.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about your, upbringing in basketball. What age did you start playing basketball at?
I couldn't even tell you. As soon as I probably started talking, I was playing basketball. It's always been a huge part of my life.
Okay. So, and you grew up in the Memphis area, you said?
Memphis area. I was born and raised there, and just moved to Chicago my junior year of high school. So.
Okay. And then you were obviously, because you were junior, you started getting recruited out of the Illinois area.
Right.
You end up at Army. Kind of walk me through that initial recruiting process to Army. Like, how many D1 offers did you have, and just why did you choose Army in the end at that point?
That is a good question. It's molded me a little bit as a basketball player and gave me fuel. I love West Point, but coming out of high school, I didn't have really any offers like that. I had Lafayette, Navy, and then West Point and Southern Indiana. So I had 4 offers, and it was during COVID, so it was a super hard time just to get offers. So I felt like I was super under-recruited and overlooked a little bit. I got told no a lot of times, and I was asking to go to places like, can I try and get here? Like, it didn't happen, so that definitely fueled me, but nonetheless, I landed at a great spot. And West Point is awesome, and I really enjoyed my time here.
So you go to West Point, you win Patriot League Rookie of the Year. What does that accolade mean to you? I mean, obviously, as you said, you were under-recruited, you only had those few offers, and then you thrive at West Point. So what does that feel like?
It meant a lot.
Okay.
It meant a lot. It's just because in the aspect of what I just said, I was so overlooked, over-recruited, just anything in between that. And just for me to get that accolade, it wasn't about the self-glory for me. It's just more of a testament to myself and the hard work that it took to get there. And I'm looking to get some more accolades. Yeah.
Absolutely. And this is a great place to do it. Obviously,
so,
the Ivy League. Okay, so then you end up transferring to Drake, and you have a medical redshirt, and now you end up at Penn. Let's just walk through the redshirt year in terms of, as you said, you don't remember when you started playing basketball because you played it for so long.
Right.
What did you learn during that redshirt year where you weren't playing basketball under a coach like Coach DeVries, who obviously now is at West Virginia in the Big 12?
I learned so much, and when you first become a freshman in college basketball, you learn a ton, right? It's just a whole new game. But I love Coach DeVries, and he was a huge reason why I went to Drake. And just learning from him and how much he cared about winning as a coach, and just everything that he did was about winning. And that proves, and that's I think Drake was when they recruited me, it was 129 and 38 in the past 5 years, something like that.
Under Coach DeVries.
Right. Yep. Don't quote me on that, but the fact that was a super attractive recruiting thing to me, just because I want to win, and Coach DeVries is about that, and that's why he's at West Virginia now in the Big 12. And so I just learned I don't want to say the ins and outs of winning, that's cliche, but really that's what he taught me, just how hard it is to win, and
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna try and carry here.
So how do you feel like that made you better as a player?
Honestly, my leadership. As I couldn't play, For a lot of the year, I couldn't play, but I would just say in my leadership and the way I approach the game, and
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is there anyone you model your game after?
In particular, not really. I think a big influence for me is Mike Miller. As growing up in Memphis, I played on Mike Miller's AAU team.
Okay.
His son's one of my best friends, and I know Mike
And
really well.
Creighton?
Yes.
Okay.
basically.
Awesome.
So,
Okay. I was gonna say, do you have an NBA comparison for yourself?
I don't know.
You could say Mike Miller.
No, I can't. I don't know if I can say Mike Miller. I don't know. That's hard. That's hard. I couldn't tell you that.
Okay. Okay. So, what's something we know? I already mentioned it. You're an elite shooter. We know that about you. What do you think? You could still unlock from your game that you think, maybe that people that are watching this may not know about you already.
I think overall offensively, I set up shots for others fairly well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I do a good bit more than shooting offensively, and be a threat in way more ways than just scoring. And I think I do that other stuff fairly well. Growing in my game, I would say defensively, just keep getting better defensively on the ball, off the ball, all aspects like that.
Absolutely. What's your wingspan?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't know. I couldn't
Okay.
tell you
I
that.
didn't know. Okay. Okay. And you said, I think today was your first day of practice, right? At Penn. So, have you had the chance to really get to know your teammates yet? I know you said you recently just came on campus.
Right. I have, and a big thing about coming to Penn was one of my longtime best friends and teammate, Reese McMullen's from Memphis.
Okay.
So I was familiar with the Penn guys before even coming here a little bit.
Okay.
So it's been an easy transition in that aspect, and that's something I value is my team and that bond, and we definitely have that, and it's growing every day. It's something so fun to be a part of.
Yeah.
Really big reason I came here.
Obviously, Penn, Ivy League school. The Ivy League has had immense success in basketball the last, at least 2 years, if we look back even further. Yale beat Auburn in the NCAA tournament last year. Princeton 2 years ago went to the Sweet 16, beating a 2 seed in Arizona and a 7 seed in Missouri. I mean, what's the overall sentiment for even you guys? I know that wasn't necessarily Penn the one accomplishing those feats, but overall from the Ivy League, what does that mean?
Ivy League plays really good basketball.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's shown on the national stage in March Madness when it really counts.
Okay. If it weren't for basketball, what would you be doing right now?
That's such a hard, I don't know. That's such a hard question. I have no idea. I've never thought about that a second in my life.
Well, what's your major?
Political science and econ.
Okay. And I was gonna say, what would you be doing if not for bad? But
So hopefully some business. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Something like that.
okay, maybe an entrepreneur.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, Penn's obviously a great place to get it, given the education and the history behind the school. We talked a little bit before about you visiting the Philadelphia area because you just started going to school here. You haven't quite yet had the opportunity. I was telling you about Ishkabil's,
Right.
the cheesesteak place. You got to get this man a good Philly cheesesteak. You said which cheesesteak place did you have?
I didn't have it. I want to try Angelo's.
Angelo's,
Yeah,
okay.
I've heard awesome things about Angelo's, so I want to get out there.
Do you know what your order's going to be? Do you know what a Philly cheesesteak order is?
I don't. If you want to culture me, no.
Okay, so do you like onions? Like
Love
fried
onions,
onions?
love onions.
Okay, so then it's typically whiz wit.
Oh, the cheese whiz?
Yeah, so
Okay,
it's
yeah,
the
I don't
cheese
know if I'm gonna
whiz,
get that,
and
actually.
then with is with. When you say with, that means you're getting onion on it, fried onions on it, on the cheesesteak. So if let's say you want American, then it's American with.
Okay, I'll do American with.
Okay, there you go.
Try that
Steve's.
Cooper Sharp. Trust me, try the
Cooper
Cooper Sharp
Super
cheese.
sharp? Alright.
Trust me.
I never tried it, but
Alright, Cooper Sharp.
now I'm gonna have to try it too. But anyway, we had to get this man a cheesesteak. Okay, so where did you play your high school ball in Chicago? I'm saying your junior.
Right. John Hersey High School.
Okay.
In Arlington Heights.
Okay, and we already talked about the 4 Division I offers you had. What was the portal like the second time around, or the portal the first time around from West Point when you committed to Drake?
It was wild. That was a really wild one, especially coming off an accolade like Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And our team did fairly well at West Point as well,
Yeah.
so a lot of buzz. Yeah, my voicemail actually got full. Like it was really overwhelming, honestly. I didn't know what to expect because you hear crazy stories about the portal, and I was very fortunate in landing a spot like Drake. But yeah, I heard from almost, I would say everybody, but obviously not everybody.
Yeah.
A ton of high majors, mid majors, everything in between. So it was just, there's no other word other than just overwhelming. And
Yeah.
just my parents were getting calls, they're calling my family. My sisters, they call my sisters.
Well, the portal is obviously you see the chaos. You're explaining the chaos
it is
right
chaos.
now.
The portal is chaos.
It's something relatively new for people that follow me. Know I do the college basketball content. It's that's the best way to explain it. It's chaos. And same thing with realignment. Obviously, Penn doesn't have to worry about that because they're an Ivy League school, but we're having teams in California, UCLA, and USC with the Big Ten now.
Right.
So I would say that's chaos as well. Otherwise, I mean, is there anything in Philadelphia that you want to try or experience that maybe you haven't had the opportunity to try yet? Or?
It's hard to say. There's so much to do in Philly. One of my coaches called it the Oasis, so
Yeah.
it's just like, I don't know. I haven't really explored that. But I will say, though, I just love the Penn area.
Yeah.
I love the Penn area, and being here has been so much fun. It's my first time in Philly ever coming to Penn. So, I don't know. Yeah, I need to try cheesesteak. A good one from Angelo's. I've heard, again, amazing things from Angelo's.
Maybe we
but
could
yeah,
get you
there's so
sponsorship.
much. I would love an NIL from Angelo's. Yeah. Would love that. Or anywhere.
How does Philadelphia compare to Memphis or Chicago?
Oh, it's way bigger than Memphis. Way bigger than Memphis. Similar dynamic a little bit, I would say that. But Chicago, I would say, is a little bit cleaner. Not to hate on Philly, but I do love Chicago. That's a really big city too.
Yeah.
And that is bigger.
Okay, and I know you said you didn't know wingspan. You're 6'4", about
6'5".
6'5", 6'6"
yeah.
on the big Have you always been tall for your age?
No,
Okay, so when did that growth spurt happen?
Yeah, I would say my sophomore year, I actually got a stress fracture in my back from growing.
Okay.
So I was out like 8 months. I think I grew about 5 or 6 inches that year.
Your sophomore year of high
My
school?
sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
And I even grew a lot from 8th grade to 9th grade. But that's not saying much because I went into high school, I think, at like 5'9".
Okay. So I'm assuming you were more of a ball handler.
Ball handler.
Okay.
And I feel like that's what's translated a little bit going up too, is I always had those skills. I've always had to be on the ball. I haven't had to be a wing coming off screens. It's, I brought the ball up a lot growing up. And I think that's something we've seen me do a lot this year too. But I was never tall. I never had like a lot of size for my position, so that's something I don't take for granted. My dad reminds me of a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, so my next question was going to be, how do you think, the growth spurt has helped you, but you sort of just answered that in that question. But okay, that concludes everything I have. Again, we are here at the Palestra on UPenn's campus. I'm here with guard, sniper, Ethan Roberts. Ethan, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
Of course, thank you guys so much.